Hey everyone, I'm DC10, and in this video I'll be showing you how to build this TARDIS right here, which is the 8th Doctor's TARDIS in vanilla Minecraft. So in part 1 of this tutorial I'll be showing you how to build the exterior and about half of the interior. And then in part 2 I'll show you how to build the rest of the interior and also take you through a bit of the design process. So please consider subscribing, and with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So this is the TARDIS exterior that we will be building in this tutorial. So it's very similar to a lot of my other ones. It follows a very similar design. We've just got a couple of differences which I'll go over once we start building it. However, the main differences come when you walk inside. So this is the interior that we are going to be building in this tutorial. So it is by far my most complicated TARDIS ever, and that is the reason this tutorial is split into 2 parts, which I haven't done for a very long time. But yeah, you can kind of see why. This one is huge. So this is the 8th Doctor Paul McGann interior from the TV movie in 1996, and I've sort of tried to use a lot of different sources, which I'll probably go over in part 2 to recreate it as best I can. There's a lot of detail and it's gonna take a very long time to build, so really sorry if the tutorial gets a bit hard to follow in parts, but I'm gonna do as best I can to sort of make it as easy to follow as possible. And so let's get building. So we're going to start by building the exterior. So first of all, you'll need a command block, and you can give that to yourself by doing /give @self or @s and then command block. So once you've got this command block, you need to dig 2 blocks down in the floor and place it facing up. And in here you need to put TP and then @p and then the coordinates of your interior. So this is where you want to build it. So I'm just going to put 5,000, and then the Y needs to be 2 blocks above the floor. So for me that's 39, because as you can see here I'm at 37 right now. So once you've got something that looks a little bit like this, although you'll obviously have slightly different coordinates, you can press done and then cover it up with some blue concrete. Once you've done that, put a warped pressure plate on top like that, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 around it with blue concrete and an extra blue concrete block here. You're then going to carry this up by a further 3 blocks, so one like that, another one here like that, and another one here like that. You should now have this shape, so you need to place some blue stained glass at the back here with a sea lantern on top, then you can cover this up with some more blue concrete. And next up you need to punch out these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and fill them with some iron bars. You then need to place another block of blue stained glass on top of this sea lantern with some blue carpet on top, and finally place a warped door like that. So this is the basics of our TARDIS exterior. However, we now need to grab ourselves some dark oak signs, 12 to be exact, and 1 warped sign. So with your dark oak signs, come to the block just above the left window, and you need to write police on the second line down, all in capital letters. Right next to that, place another sign, and still on the second row down and on the third row, write public cool like this. And then all in capital letters on the third one across like this, still on the second line down, you need to put the word box. So you can make all these glow using a glow ink sac and then dye them white. So once you've got this, what you can actually do is control middle click. So if you hold down the control key and then middle click them with your mouse, then you can actually get these signs and they will just have the text on them automatically, and you can just paste these all the way around your TARDIS. So finally, once you've done that, you need to grab yourself your warp sign and come down to this block here. So on the first line you need to put police telephone like this. On the second line you need to put free. On the third line you need to put for use of like this, and then on the fourth line you need to put public like that. Then make this glow using a glow ink sac and dye it white, and that is the entirety of your TARDIS exterior complete. So now all you need to do is walk inside like this, step on the pressure plate, and you'll be teleported to where we're going to be building our interior. So let's do that now. So let's get started with the interior. Make sure you mark out which block you teleport to. So for me that's 5,000, 5,000, and I've just placed some polished andesite. It's important to know which direction you teleport to as well, so for me it's this way. So what you need to do is go directly behind you and place 1 command block facing up. In this command block you need to put TP @p and then the coordinates of your exterior. So what I mean by the exact coordinates is go inside your TARDIS and stand on the same block of the door and check your coordinates. So put the number and then put 0.5 for the first one, put the normal number for the Y value, and then put 2005.5 once again on your third value. So your coordinates should have 2 random numbers with 0.5 and then your Y coordinate in the middle. So enter that in your command block like this. So 2003.5, 37, and 2005.5 for me. So what this will do is basically teleport you directly inside the door, which is exactly where we want to be, and it will basically make the bigger on the inside effect pretty seamless. So once you've got this command written out, what you can do is control middle click it, just like we did with the signs earlier, and place another one right next to it, which will contain the same command. Then place 2 blocks of black concrete on top like that, with polished black stone pressure plates on top like that. Next up, place 2 blocks of black concrete in front of these pressure plates, so one of these will actually be the block you teleport to, and then come behind the pressure plates and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks of black concrete like this. Now you're going to need some smooth sandstone, and you're going to come out 2 blocks either side and carry them all the way up, and these are sort of the walls to your entrance. So 6 blocks like that total. You're then going to grab some sandstone slabs and put 2 on top like this, with 2 smooth sandstone stairs behind like this. Now it is really important how you place these stairs. They need to be facing into each other, and so the back of them needs to be facing out like that. We're then also going to place another 2 sandstone stairs like this. So place anything on top of this left stair, and then a smooth sandstone stair facing inwards like that, and do the same on the other side. So you should now have something that looks like this. You then need to come inside here and do a very similar thing. You need to do the exact same pattern. You might have to build up a little bit here. It's probably bad that I'm using stairs because everything will blend into each other, but it doesn't really matter. And you should basically have this sort of square in the middle, basically. So you then need to grab yourself some red wool, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the ground like this, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3 trapdoors on that side, and 1, 2, 3 on this side. They can be a little bit fiddly to place. So you're then going to grab some sandstone walls as well, and you're going to come to this side and go 1, 2, 3, 4 upwards, and then you're also going to do the same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 up like that. So obviously I'm being very quick with this, but as I said, there's a lot to get through in this TARDIS, so apologies if you're finding it a bit quick. You can always sort of mute the video or something, or put it on a slower playback speed so that you can see what's going on. So now we're going to need a couple of new blocks, and all the blocks you'll need for these parts of the builds are always in my hotbar. So you need to place 2 blocks of sandstone on top of these pillars like that, and then 2 sandstone slabs like that. We're now going to come behind, and we're going to place 2 blocks of red terracotta like that, with 2 gold blocks in the gaps. So when you look through it, it should look something like this. So this is basically our entrance complete. We now need to worry about the details that go around it. So next up, we're going to grab some smooth sandstone and go 1, 2 blocks like that on top, another 2 sandstone slabs, and then another 2 smooth sandstone blocks on top like that. But then going to come behind, and you're going to need some mushroom stem blocks. So these are going to make up a lot of the walls of at least this section of the TARDIS, and you've got to be very careful with these types of blocks, because if you place another block on the side and then destroy it, you will actually get this texture, and we really don't want this texture. So obviously if you misplace a block, you then have to go back and place this one back as well, and it can just get a bit fiddly. So basically be very careful with these blocks. Anyway, with that out of the way, come behind any one of your pillars and go 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the other side as well. So you should have something that looks like this. So now we need to work on the sort of first platform around our entranceway here. So first of all, grab yourself some polished andesite and effectively surround this red carpet, that's what we're using the wool for, with some of this polished andesite like this. And then once you've got this, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2 on this side to get this kind of shape. And then on this side, what you're going to do is actually come out a further block here and basically fill a lot of this in with polished andesite. So all of these are 5 across, and you're going to go to about here. Finally, to finish this bit off, you need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 1, 2 at the end here like that. And this is basically the shape of our first platform here. Next up, you're going to grab some polished andesite stairs and surround this entire thing in our stairs apart from the bit over there. So once you get to here, just completely leave this sort of corner here. You don't need to surround that in stairs at all. So anyway, come back over here, and next up we're going to place 2 chiseled stone bricks on either side like that, with another 2 andesite walls on top like this. So what we're doing here is effectively creating the statues, and these are basically going to be very similar but mirrored. So on this one, you need to come out 1 and then another one on top like that with a lantern, and then you need to do the same on this side but coming out the other way like this with a lantern on top like that. So next up, you need to come behind them both and place an andesite wall with an andesite slab on top like that, and exactly the same on the other side. And then finally, you need to place a skeleton skull kind of diagonally on this top block here, and exactly the same but facing inwards on the other one like that. Next up, we're going to be extending the walls behind it, so we need to grab our mushroom stem once again, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks like this with a 5th one under there, as that will be visible behind this stair. And then just continue continue these 4 blocks up until you reach the same point as this, like that. So it should be 5, I believe, yeah, 5 blocks up total in this area and 6 blocks on that final one. So you then need to grab yourself some sandstone slabs once again and go 1, 2, 3 with your sandstone slabs. Then in this gap here, we're going to be putting a sandstone stair facing like that. And then we're going to be putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sandstone blocks downwards like that with another sandstone stair like this. We're then going to grab our smooth sandstone and put a whole line of smooth sandstone in like that. And going to have sandstone slabs on these first 5 blocks like that. But on this 6th block, we're actually going to place some more sandstone. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with your sandstone. Sandstone stairs facing like that. So it should look something like this. And then we'll come back to this later, but you can continue another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks across like that. We're then going to place some more sandstone in exactly the same way we did it over here. So 4 blocks up with 2 stairs on top like that. You're going to put some sandstone slabs across the middle, so you get this kind of wide archway basically. And then you're going to grab your mushroom stem and continue with this wall. So apologies that this is a bit all over the place, but trust me, it will start to come together in just a second and you'll kind of get a grip of what we're basically building here. So anyway, you need to come back over to this side with your mushroom stem block and you need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks like that. And you need to place an extra polished andesite on the end here because I forgot about that one. Sorry about that. You then need to continue this up all the way until once again it is in parallel with the other side and in parallel with this block. So that should be a further 4 blocks up, resulting in a 5 block high wall total. We're then going to do exactly the same thing we did over here. You're going to grab your sandstone slabs, go all the way across like that, and then your smooth sandstone in the middle, and then some more smooth sandstone slabs on top like that. So this is what you should end up with. However, you're actually going to count another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, and on this 7th block, destroy it, place another one of those weird sandstone pillars with 2 stairs on top like that, and then connect this bit up with some more sandstone slabs. So you should have 2 of these wide archways now. So you're then going to grab some more mushroom stem, and on this end bit here, you need to come out 1 block like that and place 2 blocks, so a row of 2, but this needs to go all the way up. This needs to go right the way up to in parallel with this stair block here, and we might even be extending this a little bit once we move on to the roof section. So for these next steps, you're going to need a lot of dark prismarine and a lot of the different types of sandstone, as well as some little random blocks on the end. So first of all, we're going to be using our dark prismarine. So you need to get to this pillar here and come behind it and go 1 block outwards diagonally like that, and continue it up by a further 4 blocks, making it 5 blocks high in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't count. 6 blocks high total. You then need to do the same again, but this time make it 2 wide. So you need to go another 6 blocks up like that, and then another single column like this. So you should have something that looks like that. So next up, with some black concrete this time, you need to come out another block, but this time go 3 across and continue it up by a further 4 blocks. So this time it should be 5 high like this. You then need to place some 3 dark prismarine blocks on top like that, and 2 dark prismarine stairs leading into each other like that. You then need some more of this dark prismarine and put another single column on the end here, and we're basically going to make this exactly symmetrical. So you're then going to need another block of 2, this time 1 block in, and you're then going to place this 6 blocks upwards and do another single column on the end here, so it looks exactly the same on both sides. Finally, to sort of finish off the symmetry, you're going to place another single column of sandstone all the way up, just like we did on this one here. However, this time you don't need to place a stair here. Instead, you're going to place a sandstone slab, and you're going to create a row of these sandstone slabs right the way from this one all the way to the other end. You then need to also fill all of this space in with sandstone slabs, creating a little bit of a mini roof for this section over here. You then need to grab yourself some of your smooth sandstone and continue this all the way along until you get to here. So So 1 block before this pillar, and then you need to grab some more sandstone slabs and go all the way across the top like that. And then if you grab yourself some polished andesite, you can basically fill all of this in. So once you've filled in this bit, you can also go ahead and fill in this row here all the way up to the stairs, and then this row here as well. However, with this one, you can leave this block if you want to. So next up, you need some sandstone and some sandstone walls. So leave a space here and then come 1 block out and place some sandstone and do the same on the other side. You then need 1, 2, 3, 4 sandstone walls and make this sandstone slab into a full block by placing another sandstone slab. Do exactly the same on the other side, creating 2 pillars either side of this doorway. So you can place whatever you want here. I've just chosen to place black concrete because I'm not actually going to put anything behind here. But yeah, you can put whatever you want in here. I believe in the actual TARDIS, this leads off into like a big corridor, or there's a load of different rooms and stuff. I'm not really sure. I mean, I would say the Eye of Harmony, but I'm pretty sure that's somewhere over there once we build it. The rest of the TARDIS, I mean, we're definitely not building the Eye of Harmony. So next up, let's turn our attention to the bit up here. So we left this random sort of stair hanging, and we're now going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 sandstone slabs like that. And then we're going to need a sandstone stair here. So if you sort of leave a gap, place your sandstone, destroy that block, and then place your stair facing inwards. You should have something that looks like this. We're then going to continue this sandstone another 3 blocks down to create another one of those pillars, and then place another sandstone stair on the other side and go 1, 2, 3, 4 across. Basically do the same thing, leave a gap, place some sandstone, destroy that block that you used, and place sandstone stairs facing inwards. Place some more sandstone stairs on that side, and then continue this by a further 3 blocks down, making another one of our pillars. So in this corner here, what you can do is increase this sandstone pillar right the way up to there. And to be honest, you can even make this even higher, because next up we're going to be building another row of these, but slightly different and slightly bigger. So we're going to need a lot of our smooth sandstone once again, and you're literally going to place it all the way along, right the way to the end. And it should look something like this. Next up, you need your sandstone slabs, and you're going to go all the way along here. However, you do have to be a bit careful. So under this block here, you actually don't want to place a slab. You want to place some of your sandstone in exactly the same pillar as we did on all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then sandstone stair that side, sandstone stair that side, and then continue your sandstone slabs all the way along until you get to here, and you're literally just going to place 1 sandstone block there. You literally don't need anything else. Anyway, come back to this side. You're then going to place another sandstone stair and continue these sandstone slabs until you meet the next pillar, and then do exactly the same for this bit over here. However, you don't need to go quite as far this time. So you only actually need to continue it to this point here. So if you go over to your sandstone and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, on the 6th is where you need to place your sandstone slab up to. So I've been deliberately sort of leaving some spaces here, and that's because a curved roof is going to be going here, which we'll do now. So first of all, place a mushroom stem on the side of this block here and on the side of this one. You then need to be very careful, because like I said, you need to place the textures correctly, but so you don't get any of those like gross ones like this. So you need to place 1 on top of this slab and then another one right next to it like that, and then you actually need to place them on top of these mushroom stem blocks and place 2 facing outwards, and then you can destroy this. Now this texture doesn't matter because it won't actually be visible in the rest of the TARDIS. So then you can do a similar thing here, put 2 blocks on top like that, place another 2 blocks and then destroy them, which is why we only need to put this here. So basically you've now got a load of space, and all of these spaces are going to be filled with dark prismarine. So if you come behind, you need to place 1 block behind all of these bits, a load of dark prismarine in all of these gaps here. So from the other side, it should look something like this. So there we go. Once you've done that, we have got 1 full wall of our TARDIS complete, and this is basically what I consider to be the entrance way. So everything else around this TARDIS will then sort of wrap around a sort of circular way and connect into that bit. So next up, we'll do a bit more of this floor, and then we'll move on to the library section over here, which is one of my favorite bits of this TARDIS. So just before we move on to a bit more of the floor, let's work on some detailing on the bits we've already done. And what you're going to need to do is come behind this pillar right next to this black concrete bit and go 1, 2 blocks up like that, with 1, 2, 3 candles on top, and light them with a flint and steel. And then we're going to do a similar thing over here. So count 1, 2 blocks diagonally outwards from this pillar here, place 2 spruce fence like this with 3 candles on top, and then light them with a flint and steel. And then finally come over to this block here, so this block, so it should be like 1 diagonally out from this corner bit, place 2 end rods like like that, and then place a dragon egg on top like that. We then also need to come to the opposite end of the TARDIS and come to this block here. So just next to this sort of curved stair here, you need to place one jukebox like that with a dark oak trapdoor on top, a dark oak fence next to it, and then some dark oak stairs facing into the jukebox. So this is like a bit of a record player, I guess, and it actually does work, because what you can do is flip this trapdoor up, put some music discs inside it, then put it back down, and it kind of actually does look like it's playing it, which is really cool. So now let's work on a bit more of the floor. So we're going to fill all of the following blocks in with our polished andesite. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3 blocks out from this corner and fill all of this bit in like this, and then fill this entire square over here, sort of in front of that entrance, sort of that archway over there, and fill all of this in as well. I realized that was a terrible way to explain it, but basically fill all of this bit in. So then come over here and continue this all the way along to here, and then fill this bit in. You then actually need to place another polished andesite stair here. Sorry, I forgot about this. And then fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in like that, and put another 1, 2, 3, 4 polished andesite blocks next to it like that. So you're going to need some polished andesite for this step, and what you need to do is count 1 along from this corner and come out 3 blocks and place a polished andesite block here. You then need to go 11 blocks across to the right. So this is your first block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like this. And next up, we're going to create a bit of a diagonal. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 blocks like that. And then on this block here, we're going to do another 10, so creating another row of 11, and we're effectively going to do this on all of the sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then another diagonal, which should be 9 blocks on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you can see what we're doing here. We're just creating this big octagon shape. So repeat this bit on this side. So you should have something that looks like this, a huge polished blackstone octagon. It should be 11 on this side. There should be 9 blocks on the outside on the diagonal, and then 11 once again like this. So now that we've got this shape, it's much easier to start basically sectioning off parts of our floor to fill in. So first of all, come to the edge of your octagon and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of your polished blackstone. Then just build a line across here and fill this entire corner in. You're then going to place some more polished andesite on this block and carry that all the way along until you meet this edge here, and once again fill in this entire area. And you can do a very similar thing on this side. Simply build a line all the way across to here, and you can fill this entire area in with polished andesite. So you should now have something that looks like this. Now we're going to take a break and decorate a bit of the floor we've already constructed. So you need to come to this polished andesite block. It's 1 block to the left of the edge of this sort of straight line here. So place 1 red carpet on this block, a black carpet in front of it like that, then surround this black carpet with another 3 red carpets, so you've got something that looks like this. Place a grey carpet in this top left corner, and then once again place another 2 red carpet to surround this one. So you should have something that looks a bit like a diagonal rug. You then need to come to this corner block here, go 1 block across and then 2 blocks in front, a bit like an L shape, and place another red carpet here. You then need to place 2 grey carpet either side like that, another 2 red carpet there, another 2 red carpet, 2 more grey carpet, and 1 red carpet in the corner. So you should have another different rug that looks something like this. So if we now come over to this side, once again come to the edge of this straight and count 1, 2 blocks out and place a red carpet here. Place another 2 diagonally left from it. Place 1 grey carpet here and 1 light grey carpet here. Then place 2 red carpet and a grey carpet on the end like this. Place 2 light grey carpet in this gap, grey carpet in this gap, and then 1 more red carpet again diagonally from it. So we're all sort of building diagonally here. Then you need to fill these 3 blocks in with some more red carpet. Then place a light grey carpet on this block and a grey carpet on this block. Then you need to place another 3 red carpet in a diagonal line here. Then another light grey carpet here, and finally 1 red carpet in this gap here. So obviously that was a bit hard to follow. Apologies for that. If you want to, you can just decorate this rug however you want. All of these are really to your own imagination. These are just the designs I've come up with, and you can just mix these colors however you want as well, but I just thought I'd show you exactly how I've done it. So we're going to make another rug now. However, it's going to be far more complicated, and it's going to use some wool and some carpet. It's going to be a bit mixed for some variation. So we're going to start with our wool. So come to this block here and actually destroy the next 6 blocks coming off of it. So 6 like that, and replace them all with brown wool. Now turn around so you're facing this way, and I'm basically just going to place all these blocks, and you can try and follow along if you want, but you can really mix these 4 colors, red, green, grey, and light grey, however you want. So you can place grey, then red, green, red, grey, and then green on this row. Then place a red, light grey. Then you can actually skip these 2 blocks, another light grey, and then a red. And by the way, we are going to be destroying parts of this octagon to make way for this rug. You don't really have to. You can hide it with carpet if you prefer. Like, you know, you can go like this and stuff instead. But honestly, I prefer to break it and place the wool just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Anyway, carrying on with the rug, we're going to place green here, then red. We're going to miss these 2 blocks once again, red and red. We're then going to place a grey, a green, a red, a green here once again, a light grey, and then another green. Just so I have something that looks like this. And the reason we're missing these blocks is you can place whatever you want here. So I'm just going to place brown for the time being, but honestly, you can place whatever blocks you want here, as they're going to be hidden by a chair. So then coming back to this side once again, red, then green, and then you can miss these 2 blocks again, and saying as there's already polished blackstone here, you may as well just leave it. Then place grey and red. Then we need to place green, red, then green, red, red, and grey. Then red, green, sorry, I'm just trying to follow this with my screenshots. Red, red, light grey, and red. Then we need to place grey, red, green here, red, grey, and green. And then finally our row of brown on this end as well. Yeah, I told you it's quite a complicated rug. Now, I'm just going to place some random carpet around, so it honestly doesn't really matter where you place this carpet. It's just to provide a bit of variation and make it look a bit raised in some parts and make it look a bit fluffy, basically. And then once you've got a rug you're happy with, you can grab your polish andesite and fill all of this bit in. Now, a couple of these spaces will actually be filled with some pillars, stone brick pillars later on, just like we left these blocks over here because they aren't really necessary. For me personally, it's just much easier to fill them in, but similar to the rug, if you're being conservative with resources, you might want to wait until a bit later in the tutorial for you to fill in these bits. Anyway, we'll now make the details that we're going here. So we need a chair, a footstool, a couple of tables, and a lamp. So we're going to need the following resources for this bit. So we'll start with the chair. Place 2 crimson stems or crimson wood, whatever you really want to use. It honestly doesn't matter, on these 2 blocks here. Then place 2 crimson stairs facing into each other in front like that. Then place another 2 crimson stairs on top like that. So you've got a little bit of a nice cozy armchair. Then leave a gap, and on these 2 blocks just place 2 crimson slabs like that. We can then come to this green wool here and place a dark oak fence with a dark oak pressure plate on top. Come to these 2 green wool blocks here, and what we're going to be doing is you can sort of place a random block here and then place a stair facing like that and a stair facing into it like that. So you should have something that resembles a bit of a table, the stairs facing into each other in these 2 directions. Next up, grab yourself some end rods and come to this block, this red wool block right next to the chair, and place 2 of them on top of each other like that. So you then need to place this on top of the end rods, and this serves as our nice little lamp. Then finally, we're going to put some decorations on this table right here. Put 4 candles down like that, and obviously make sure to light them. And then we're going to need to do another /give command that's a little bit more complicated. So this one is as follows: /give, then @self and item frame. Then you need to put one of these curly brackets. Then you need to put entity tag. The capitalization is very important here, so make sure you've done it exactly how I have. Then a colon, another squiggly bracket, invisible like this, and then :1. It would help if I spelled it right, and then 2 squiggly brackets like that, and hit enter. You should get one of these, an item frame. However, when you place it, it will be completely invisible. Grab yourself a book and place it in this item frame for a little bit of decoration, as the Doctor is often seen to be reading his book in this chair. You can also rotate it to fit the direction of the chair, because I think that makes a bit more sense. Anyway, these are our decorations for our rug complete. And just sort of a random thing in this corner here here. Sorry, I completely forgot. There should be another sandstone pillar right here. So just add that, add the stair on that side, and then destroy that stair and place it back like that. It's a pretty easy fix, but yeah, sorry about that one. Right, so just before we move on to a pretty complicated section, which is this huge wall, which is the library, we're going to do a little bit more of the floor just to make it easier for ourselves in the future. So I know the floor has been a little bit all over the place, but there's not really much more to do after we fill in this little section. So first of all, you can fill in the following blocks. These three, you can leave a gap here, but again, I'd probably just fill it in. It honestly doesn't really matter. And basically continue until you get to this column here. So just one block into the diagonal. On this one, you only need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. So you're leaving a gap here. Then place 7 blocks on this one to make it in line with here. Then do another block down. So this time you're once again only placing 7 blocks despite it going 1 block back. Then you can do 8 blocks on this one to make it level once again. And then for this one, we're going to follow a very similar pattern. Fill this row in and then fill this row in. So it should be 1 block behind once again. So you should have these two, but then fill this one in on the same level as well, like this. And once again, one more time. So from this row here. So you should end up with 2, 2, 4, just like this. So you probably noticed I didn't continue this any further. That's because in part 1, we won't be doing any of the bits behind here. That'll be in the next video. So you can only go up to here. Although, obviously, eventually all of this will be filled in, but we'll do that next video. So anyway, come back over to here. We're then going to leave another gap and fill it in all the way until we get to here. And that is all the floor we need to do in this video complete. At least on this floor. Once we construct the library, there'll be a bit more to do on a basically sort of a second level. And speaking of the library, let's do that now. So we're going to need a lot of different blocks for this bit, and we will start over here in the random gap we left earlier. So first of all, we're going to place a stone stair like this, and then a stone stair here, and then another stone stair facing like that. So you should have the other two on the end are sort of rounded, and then this one in the middle is a normal stair. Then place 3 stone bricks behind it like this. Then we're going to place another stone brick on top like that, with 2 stone brick stairs either side facing into it, with a stone brick slab on top. We're then going to place a further 3 stone bricks behind like this, and a 4th one on top once again, and do exactly the same thing, 2 stairs facing into it. However, this time we're going to have a stone brick on top instead of a stone brick slab. Now, this is a design we're going to be using a lot. Oh, by the way, sorry, fill in these stone bricks at the bottom as well. So as I was saying, this design is going to be used a lot. We're going to put one here, one here, one here. I think there's about 5 in total, and we'll create another one right now. However, as you can see, this one is sort of raised up by 1 block. So what we need to do as well is place some stone bricks under here, just so that bit isn't visible. To be honest, you only really have to place these 2 just so that you can't see under there. But anyway, then you just count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and on the 4th one, place 3 stone bricks like that with another 3 in front and another 3 behind. So in total, you should have 9 stone bricks, sort of in a square like this. We're then going to follow exactly the same design on top of these stone bricks. So you're going to have 3 stairs like that, 3 stone bricks behind with a 4th on top, 2 stone brick stairs facing into each other like this with a stone brick slab on top, 3 stone bricks behind covering up this bit with a 4th on top, 2 stone brick stairs facing into it, and 1 stone brick on top. I know I rushed over that quite a lot, but it's literally exactly the same as this, except it's on some stone bricks instead of straight onto the floor. And just to check, it should be completely solid from all angles, as the library will be a bit indented in here. And now we basically need to build a couple more of these things, and they're going to be every 3 blocks. So count 1, 2, 3, then place 3 stone bricks here and build another one. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 stone bricks. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 stone bricks, and that is all of them. So in total, including that one on the end, there should be 5 across here. So once you've completed those final 3, you should have something that looks like this. This bit can be a bit time consuming, but eventually you sort of get the hang of it. So next up, we're going to need some stone brick slabs, and we're going to be placing them all the way along on the top half of these blocks. So for example, in this gap, it's going to look something like this, and it's going to look exactly the same in this gap. In this gap, we're basically going to create a line all the way along. However, when you get to this end one, just place 1 and then don't place any more, as there will actually be a wall here. So next up, we're going to have ourselves some dark oak slabs this time, and we're going to do something that looks a little bit like this. So all of them are going to be placed on the bottom half of these blocks. So you literally just need to place them on the bottom half of all of these blocks, including the stairs. And once you've done that, it should look something like this. You should have 4 rows in total, the first one being just half a block above the ground. So repeat this in this bit, and this bit here. So it should now look something like like this. It kind of looks a bit weird with all these, but it won't for much longer, because now we're going to grab ourselves some bookshelves, finally, and literally just place them in all of the visible areas. So you'll need to place an extra 2 on this bit, and you should have a shape that looks a little bit like this. Literally repeat that on these 4. However, just before you do that, so a cool little trick that I'd like to show you is with the loom. So if you place it like this and you go on the other side, you basically get a texture that looks a lot like an empty bookshelf. So if you want, you can mix this in. Now, for my initial design, I did this, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to, purely because it is quite time consuming finding the perfect spots for it to fit, and it's just not really worth it for this build. But yeah, that's something you can do if you want to. So now just fill all of the rest of these gaps in with some bookshelves. So you should now have something that looks like this, maybe with a couple of looms in there as well. So now we're just going to grab ourselves some dark oak trapdoors this time, and what you're going to do with these trapdoors is place them on top of the top row of bookshelves. So when look from behind, they should look something like this. So to this, you literally just need to place them all on the bottom here and flick them upwards. It's quite simple, and you just need to do this all the way along until you reach the end of your bookshelves. And this is basically your first bit of library complete. However, we now need to add a balcony and then some more library on top. So first of all, we'll grab ourselves some stone bricks, and we need to go all the way along the top first. So make sure to place a block here, just 2 blocks, above this stair, and then bring this all the way along until you get to the end. And just like we did on the other end, you need to place another block on top of that slab as well, like that. Then you need to extend this forward by a further 2 blocks. So all the way along, just place another 2 stone bricks directly on top of the ones we already placed. And finally, finish it off with an entire row of upturned stone brick stairs. So it should look just pretty normal from above, but below you get this nice sort of transition, just so it doesn't look so harsh. And then once you've done that, on top of these stairs, you're actually going to be placing some anvils. So place your first one on the very end here, and then basically miss a block each time all the way until you get to the end. And it should look something like this. Now we're going to need some string. Now, if you're in creative mode, you can also use barrier blocks for this. However, I kind of want to provide the survival friendly option for those guys building it in survival. Obviously, if you are building this from survival, you're not going to be using any of the command blocks or anything. But anyway, place some string in these gaps, and that's because string is basically almost invisible, but you can place carpets on top of it. So place some grey carpet on top of all of the anvils and all of the string, and that is your balcony barrier complete. And I think it looks pretty cool. So we're now going to do some more stone bricks and some stone brick stairs for the balcony bit up here. So what we need to do is sort of see where this block lands. So it's directly in between these 2 anvils. So place a stone brick block right here, and then do exactly the same for all the others. So there should be a gap of 5 blocks in total in between each one, and you should be placing it in between 2 anvils each time too. Do that all the way until you get to the end, so you should have something that looks like this. Next up, we're going to be extending these by a further 4 blocks up. So in total, there will be 5 blocks tall. Now we're going to grab some stone brick stairs, and on the second block up, just place all of these stone brick stairs facing upwards like this, just like we did with these ones, and then place 1, 2, 3 stone bricks on top of all of these stairs like this on every single one. So all of these builds are exactly the same, by the way, all of these pillars. Now, still with our stone brick stairs, count 2 blocks up, and on the third block, place some more stone brick stairs just like this on every single one. Like I said, we're just replicating this. And then on top of these stairs, you need to place 2 stone bricks with a third one on this block here. So you're kind of creating another bit of an L shape like this. So do that all the way along, and then to finish these pillars off, you need to place 1 stone brick stair on top like that, 1 stone brick block in front with another stone brick stair on the end, and a further 1 stone brick block just like this. Do this on all of the rest of your pillars. So your pillars are now complete, and they should look like this. It will look a bit less weird once we add a roof, but first of all, we'll do the other library section. So we're going to be following a very similar design to what we did down here. It's exactly the same thing with our dark oak slabs. It's just they're 5 blocks instead of 3. So place them on the bottom half of all of these blocks until you get to the 5th block up, and on the 5th block up, we're going to be placing some stone brick slabs instead. Then come behind, place your dark oak trapdoors on top of these spruce slabs, and cover this entire thing in bookshelves. So this is kind of like one module effectively, and then you just need to repeat this exact design in this one, and this one as well. So there we go. It should look just like this. This is basically our library complete now. However, there's a couple more details we we need to add, and one of them is quite a big detail, and that is the roof. So we're going to grab some mushroom stems and follow a very similar, in fact exactly the same structure to, you know, the random curved bit we did over here. So I know it looks a bit random from here, but trust me, it won't anymore, because we're now going to be following exactly the same pattern on this library area here. And it is literally just as simple as copying this exact structure. So you should have blocks of 1, blocks of 1, blocks of 1, then 2 blocks of 2. So repeat this in these these 3 sections as well. So there we go. That is the roof section complete. Now we need to add a way to get up to this balcony. So it's important to know that in the show, there is no obvious way to get up here. It kind of just exists. So instead, when I was designing mine, I sort of just incorporated a bit of a staircase that curves round here, just so that you've got a way to get up. So first we need to come to this relatively random block here in the middle of this sort of area. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks along and then go diagonally outwards, it's this block right here, and place a stone brick slab just like I have done. Then place another stone brick slab right next to it with another one right next to that, and place a stone brick stair facing that way with a stone brick block behind it. So I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did over there and sort of just not take you through each step individually, instead just say which blocks I'm placing. You can try and follow along. As I said earlier in the tutorial as well, feel free to put this on a slower playback speed so it's a bit easier to do. Anyway, place a stone brick slab here. Then you're actually going to have to come out 2 blocks and place a stone brick stair facing that way and another one right next to it. A stone brick slab right here with a stone brick stair facing that way. Then another 2 stone brick slabs behind it with a third one coming out here. Then a stone brick slab in this gap here and another 2 next to it in sort of an L shape and another one behind it like that. And then you need a stone brick stair block in this gap here, and then you need a stone brick slab directly underneath it like that as well. Then 2 more stone brick slabs behind this stair, then another stone brick slab coming up to the left this time with a stone brick stair next to it, then a stone brick block behind it with a stone brick slab on top, and then another stone brick slab right next to this one, and then another stone brick slab directly in front of these stairs. Then you need another stone brick and another stone brick slab on top of that, and another 2 stone brick slabs in front of this one with another 2 either side like this, and a third one just in here like that. So you've got a bit of a cross shape here. You then need to add another stone brick slab right here. Well, that's a terrible way of doing it because you don't want them to be full blocks, and do exactly the same on this side as well, just like this. Then add a stone brick slab right here and another one just diagonal across from it like this. Then another 2 stone brick slabs here, but then a stone brick block in this gap here and 2 stone brick slabs to finish it off. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That is such a complicated little sort of stair area. It's almost impossible to do it any other way than basically just shouting out the blocks that we need to place. I hope you sort of worked out how to do it from that. I'm really sorry if you didn't, but yeah, it's a really complicated thing to build. Now, in a couple of areas as well, I've sort of noticed this looks a bit unsupported, so if you want, you can just add some blocks here and there just to make it look a little bit less weird. Yeah, for example, that looks a bit better, that looks a bit better. Anywhere that looked quite visible and quite unsupported, for example, like through the crack in a stair or something, yeah, just go ahead and fix those up. And this is basically our stairway. So we will be decorating this in just a second, but it makes more sense for us to do something else first. And for this, you're going to need some barrels, some oak buttons, and some stripped spruce wood. So come to this block here, and this is why we did this sort of strange shape, because we're going to be placing some barrels here. So place 2 here, and then place another 6 on top, so a sort of area of 8 total, and then do exactly the same thing 1 block in front. However, this one only needs to be 6 high instead of 8 like that one, and then finally come 1 block out in front and do a block of 3 instead of a block of 2, and this one also needs to be just 3 blocks high in total. So you should have something that looks like this. You then need to grab yourself some stripped spruce wood, and you're going to place 1 block on top like that, 2 on top like that, and then 2 on top like this as well. And then we're going to sort of fade through the wall here in spectator mode, come behind and place some more behind here like that. We actually need a dark oak trapdoor to cover up this bit, and another strip spruce wood behind. And sorry, I kind of didn't realize this block is actually supposed to be a stair block instead, which covers up that gap here. And then you can also place an extra stone brick slab in this gap to sort of make it look a bit more uniform. So there you have the very easy task of literally just placing oak buttons on top of all of these barrels. So these are sort of supposed to be cabinets, I guess, and yeah, that is literally it. You just place them on all of these blocks. Obviously you can't place one on here because there's a slab, but that is absolutely fine. So now we've done this, we can return to the decorations I mentioned earlier. So these literally just involve anvils and lanterns. So first of all, place an anvil in this gap here with a lantern on top like that. Then place another anvil here without a lantern on top. Place a third anvil here with a lantern on top. And by the way, that's why we needed to do this bit under here first, because it makes much more sense, because we need to place the anvil on top of this barrel. Then place another anvil on this block here, so sort of one block out from our cross. Then we actually need to place another sort of random stone brick slab here and place another anvil on top of that one. Both of these don't need to have lanterns on top of them. Then place our final anvil here with another lantern on top like that. And that is the decorations complete. So just before we move on to that lighting, we're going to need a couple of other blocks, and we're going to creating a bit of a similar wall to this bit over here. So we're going to need some sandstone, dark prismarine, sandstone stairs, sandstone slabs, and some mushroom stems. So first of all, come to the block directly next to this sort of these barrels here, and place some dark prismarine. However, this needs to go quite high up, and it should be the exact same height as this stair block over here on this support barrier. We're then going to come behind and place a further 2 just like this, and carry these all the way up to exactly the same height. We're then going to do another block of 2 here, just like that, and then the final block of 2 is going to go right here, and it's going to go to exactly the same height like this. Then we're going to do a row of 1 right here, and I must have made a bit of a mistake. I think there should be a stone brick there as well. And then finally, 1 block in front, we're going to do a pillar of sandstone going up to that exact height, just in parallel with these stairs here. And still with our sandstone, we're going to come over here and do another pillar. This time it needs to go right the way up from the bottom though. So it should go all the way from the bottom to the top. We're then going to place a sandstone stair there and a sandstone stair there, and some sandstone slabs linking these, just like we did over here, except it's on a bit of a diagonal. And now we're going to do some pretty complicated mushroom stem placement. So as I said, this is quite difficult because mushroom stem textures are obviously really annoying, what with the fact that if you place it wrong, you have to replace it. So be really, really careful with this. So first of all, I'm going to place a mushroom stem on top of all of these stairs and slabs, right the way up to this block here. So just like this. We're then going to place 2 more like this, and then we're going to place another 2 in front like that. We're then going to put a third one here, and bring this one out by a further block here. We're going to do a similar thing and place 1 here and bring this one out by a block, and then finally we're going to bring it out by further blocks. So you should have something that looks like this. So still continuing on from this side, place another 2 on top like that, then come out 1 block like this and go all the way along 4 blocks just like that. Then come out a further block here and a further block here, and then fill this corner with another block. So now you should have something that looks like this. Then finally, we're going to sort of continue this roof shape just as it is over there. So another block of 4 here. This is then going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks across like that. Come out by a further 2 blocks like that, and then come out by a further 2 blocks here as well. And then for the final bit, come on top of this one here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks across like that, and fill all of this in once again just directly in front. So you've got another block of 2 here, and then just place 2 blocks in this gap here and 2 blocks on top of those ones. And that is the complicated mushroom stem placement complete. Now we just need some sandstone once again, and we're going to place 1 here, 1 here, 1 diagonally across here, another 1 diagonally across like that, and then a little bit of an L shape just like that. And now we're going to grab some more dark prismarine and just do a little bit more wool. So we're going to come down here and do a block of 2 that goes all the way up just like all the others have, and this time you need to make sure that it goes like literally right the way up to the sandstone like this. Then you need to place another block of 2 right behind it. So go 1 block back and do another block of 2. Once again, this needs to go all the way up to the top. So once you get to the top here, extend it by a further few blocks. So once you get up here, place 1 prismarine block on top of there, 1 prismarine block on the side of that block. Then you actually need to grab yourself a sandstone stair and place it pointing that way, and then you need 2 more dark prismarine to cover that up. So then just grab yourself some more polished andesite and fill this bit of the floor in, because obviously it's come out a little bit further. Now there is much more of the wall to do, but I think I'm probably going to leave that to part 2 of this video. So there is much more wall to come over here, but I think I'm going to leave that to the next part of the video when we do a little garden section over here. Now all that's left to do is add a couple more details to the bits we've already done. So we're going to be decorating this octagon in the next part, but we literally just need to place 1 polished blackstone here and 1 spruce planks there, just so that we can make our table, which is going to go here. So place 2 of your table legs or dark oak fences right there, and then place the other 2 on this end like that, so on the final brown wool block there, and then put some dark oak slabs on top of all of this. So in total there should be 12 dark oak slabs on top like that. Next up, we're going to be adding something very important, which is our lighting. Now this TARDIS is almost completely lit by candles to get that sort of atmosphere, that gothic sort of classic homely atmosphere, right? So what we're going to be doing is grabbing ourselves a lot of spruce fences, some candles, and a flint and steel. So first of all, come right the way over to this bit over here, and on this block here, so 1 block out from this, you need to place 2 spruce fences and a 3rd one directly in front. This spruce fence needs to have 1 candle on top, and this one needs to have 3. Light both of these with a flint and steel. Next up, come to this block right here and just place 2 spruce fences with 3 candles on top like that and light them. We're then going to place some more spruce fences 1 block in front of this green wool here, so place 1, 2 on the floor, and then a 3rd one up like that. And then you need to place 1 candle on top of this one and 3 candles on top of this one and light both of these. And then finally, we're just going to be placing another candlestick here, so on this block right here, and it's just going to be another 2 spruce fences like that with 3 candles on top, just like the one we did over there. And we're just going to add a little one behind here that I completely forgot about. 1 spruce fence and literally just 1 candle on top like that and light it. So hold on to these candles because we'll be coming back to them in just a second, but first we're going to add another table right in front of these cabinet. So come 2 blocks out from this barrel right here and place a fence. Then place another dark oak fence right next to it, leave a block here and place another 2 fences there, and then fill this entire area in with your dark oak trapdoors. So once you've completed it, it should look something like this. So you should have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dark oak trapdoors. Then place some scaffolding on this block here with some brown carpet on top and a spruce trapdoor behind it to create a little bit of a chair. And I did say to hold on to those spruce fences and candles because we're going to be creating some more candlesticks just up here. So on this balcony, you need to come to this block right here. So 2 blocks in front of this pillar, 2 blocks to the right of this pillar, and place 1 spruce fence with 1 candle on top and light it. You then need to come 3 blocks out from this pillar, so directly in the middle of this section here, and place 2 spruce fences with 3 candles on top like that. We then need to come to this block here, so 3 blocks to the left of this pillar here, and place 2 spruce fences with a 3rd one down here, and they both need to have just 1 candle on top like that. And then finally in this area here, we're just going to be placing on the 3rd block to the right of this pillar 2 spruce fences with a 3rd one to the right. This one is going to have 3 candles on top, this one is going to have 1, and light them both. And that marks the completion of part 1 of this tutorial. So yeah, I'm really sorry it's been a little bit all over the place, but we have made some really good progress. So the reason this tutorial is so hard to follow, if you are finding it hard to follow, that is because this is a huge and very detailed TARDIS. Now last time I did a huge TARDIS was probably my 13th, but the reason that was easier to make a tutorial out of is because it wasn't very detailed. But the last time I did a detailed TARDIS was probably the 11th first interior, and you may have realized I've still never made a tutorial of that TARDIS, and that is because at the time I just found it too difficult to do. So obviously I've never really really done a build to this scale and made a tutorial out of it, so I'm kind of struggling on that front, but I hope it wasn't too difficult to follow, and I hope you like what we've done in this part. So we have done the exterior, we have got loads of the flooring done, we have got the entranceway done, we have got the library section, the reading rug and the chair and everything, the barrel section, and parts of the wall done, as well as a random suspicious entrance in the background there. So in part 2, we will be doing all of the main detailing inside this octagon, we'll be doing a garden right behind me here, and we'll be completing all of the walls in this section and adding a roof. So I hope you look forward to that. It will probably come out in maybe like a week or so, I'm not really sure. I also want to release the Doomsday episode at some point, so yeah, it might take a little bit longer. But anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like or comment, and if you'd like to see more content like this and part 2 of this tutorial, then please subscribe. But I've been DT10, and I will see you in the next video.